Hey, 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 it's Fiona here, and we are doing the cards from the dragons. We are looking at the theme for today, and it is a full moon, and we are having a lunar eclipse. So you've got to expect some really charged things to be going on. And when I say that, I mean that you will be noticing some things coming up into your life, into your view, situations, issues, events, and they won't feel very comfortable. The whole reason is for you to realize what you have to let go of. You realize that there's something you haven't made a decision on. There's something that you don't feel safe to go for gold. You feel a little bit out of control, acting a little bit like a victim, giving your power away, expecting someone else to sort of come up with the goods for you. So you're seeing the signs around you in your environment, and there's something that you need to clear. There's something going on in your, oh gosh, your subconscious. There are hidden beliefs. There are old wounds. Even if you've worked on them and worked on them and worked on them and worked on them, these sometimes are just your theme that is going on in the background, and you need to give it closure. You need to give your soul closure on those kind of things. As we move into ascension, we have to see that there are so many things that we have to let go of, things that we used to work through and work out, and there are different ways of operating, and this is what the dragons are all about. Even I am going through some, of course we always are, as long as we're living, we're always going to be going through something that makes it goes, oh, that's why. But when we're going through it, it can be a really, really sticky and very, very uncomfortable. So if you've been giving your power away, if you've been hiding behind something or someone, there are some underlying hidden beliefs that are keeping you playing small. My particular role is here to help women in particular, not just women, but who have a bigger role to play. You are here, you are amazing at what you do, you've got real gumption behind you, you put on that mask that says, I'm fine, I'm in control, I'm dealing with it. But really, if shit is still coming up in your life, if things still have to have you grabbing your attention in a particular field, there's always something else to be let go of. There are 5 big things, basically, that we need to get our heads around, like old hurts, fears, grief and shame, sadness, and losing, like rejection, those kind of things. So there are 5 big things that we have to always be re-looking at, undoing another layer of that. And this is what this theme about is this week. And that's why full moon, lunar eclipse, it really is a big time of letting go and just going, do you know what? I haven't worked on this for a while, or I've never worked on this, or I can see why I'm being asked to do this. Brilliant. I didn't bring my glasses in. Anyway, I shall squint. So the cards, if you've chosen a number, choose it. If you haven't, then choose a number between 1 and 4 right now, because I read out 4 cards. The dragons are always saying, just read out 4 cards, Fiona. Let people take a number. Which one calls out to you? Is it number 1? Is it number 2? Is it number 3? Or is it number 4? And just see which number resonates biggest with you at the moment. Big and bold and beautiful. And what I'll do is I'll pull the cards and I'll just let them fall out, because we have to feel safe to be playing a bigger game. We have to feel safe to sort of move out of the 9 to 5, to move out of letting someone else help us out and cover all our backs, when we are so, so powerful in on our own right. So let me start now by just putting that theme into the cards. They know it already. And we'll just see which card pops out for us, for people who chose number 1. Just pull out and just see which card is going to be the most powerful for you to understand the message that's coming through for you. What do you need to know? What do you need to understand? All right, so that's card number 1. We have card number 1. No surprises there. Lunar Ray. Lunar Ray is all about your feelings. Lunar Ray is a pearlescent dragon. She is like, she's got snake skin. She's really smooth and she's very flexible. So can you understand what her message is about her feelings? Is to be smooth and flexible and get in there. Feel safe to look at your feelings and kind of go, do you know what? That's the feeling that I've been avoiding. That's the belief that I've been avoiding. Need to get that hidden, unhidden, and start working on that. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to make a note of Lunar Ray, card number 26. And so her message here is amplify and express your own feelings. So if you're feeling unsafe to play a bigger game, to get away from the 9 to 5, to get away from doing what you've always done, if you're feeling that it's time to make decisions, you've seen the signs of things that you feel uncomfortable about, and these are your signs to sort of start clearing that particular way that you look at things and the way that you act and respond to things. So what did I say? Card 26. Oh, 27. Back one. I'm gonna have to squint a bit because I don't have my. It would be good planning, wouldn't it? You're quite right. It would be good planning to always have a spare pair of glasses in here. Anyway, I can manage. I can see long distance. So amplify and express your feelings. So Lunar Ray is coming in. Call in Lunar Ray if you're not feeling safe. If you've got some feelings going on that you're just not able to deal with very well, call in Lunar Ray. She says, you will make more of an impact with your energetic state when you express yourself out loud. Turn up the volume. There is value in writing down your creations. However, there is a more powerful way that assists your creation to come into fruition because it ramps up and charges up the energy. Expressing it out loud, your voice is 10 times more powerful. Basically, when you say things out loud, you're not thinking things through. You're not analysing and rethinking and reverberating over all the old stuff. It's like, this is fresh stuff that starts coming through. And this is often when your guidance can come through, when you're talking out loud, because all of a sudden you're not thinking, and the guidance, the dragons can actually reach into your pineal gland, reach into your mind, reach into your heart, and they can start giving you guidance. So talk it out loud. You can certainly journal it out as your perfect experience, your ideal solution, everything gracefully being resolved. But when it's spoken out loud, the energy changes. It's more exuberant, energy moving. It's more playful, it's more fun, and it's more spontaneous and powerful. You can do this as an experience of your perfect day, so you can write it out every single day. How you want to feel, what you want to do, what you want to wear, where you're going, who you're meeting for lunch, where are you going in the afternoon, where are you going in the evening. All those kind of things are great because you're actually projecting out what it is that you want rather than the situation that you're in right now. Your inner story creates your outer story. So your inner world creates your outer world. This is a big message from the dragons. Okay, I'm going to put that in the notes. So that's certainly something that I want to be aware of, what's coming through, what we're being told. But in addition to all of this, writing out your perfect day and what you want, and to speed up that specific plan or project, you can say it out loud. You can say it out loud every day, playfully, as you're walking around the house, as you're driving in your car. Be spontaneous, allow what comes to come. Or come out one day and now record yourself talking about what it is that you would absolutely just find fantastic and fun. And then you can listen to it again and again and again, and you get back into the energy of the recording and you go, what would be better than that? And so it comes out loud as well. And so you are working your way through, and you're getting out of this stuck mode. You're getting out of the problem that you found yourself in, and you're like, oh my God, that would be a brilliant, brilliant idea. When you say something out loud, it holds more power than when you write things down. And when you write things down, it holds more power than just thinking it over and over again in your head. The reason it holds more power, Lunar Ray says, is because you are getting more laser focus on what it is that you want to be delivered. When you want to receive what it is that you really, really want, because sometimes we are giving our power away and we're only playing small, which is the theme, isn't it, at the moment? Because of this full moon and the lunar eclipse. It's like, okay, what are we letting go of now? What are we just not going to tolerate any longer? It could be that you're expecting support from someone else, or financial support for someone else, or financial support from the government, when really you are totally and utterly capable of supporting yourself. But sometimes you just need the kick up the backside, don't you? Put on your girl pants and just kind of go, do you know what? If anyone's capable of doing this, I'm capable of doing this. So this is what Lunar Ray is saying. Just like get into the feelings of it. You're safe. You're safe to go and explore and to get things wrong and to make things better the next time, and follow your guidance, because there may be something out there you think, oh, wow, that would be amazing. I'd love to do that. Wish I had the balls to do that. I wish I had the money to do that. But why don't you just go and start it and do it? And it may just turn out to be the next best business idea you've ever had. So the feeling, it goes from flat and soulness energy, this conscious energy living in your heartbeat. It's alive and it becomes a living thing. You're bringing down into earth what it is that would feel absolutely fantastic. This is every single bit of what manifesting with the dragons is all about. You have an idea, you put it up there, you put it out to source, you talk about it, you play with it, you look at it again, and you just keep on creating. What would be better than that? What would be better than that? I've seen so many ladies in this particular course have brilliant, brilliant ideas that just came through to them. And then all of a sudden they weren't frightened to do them, because that was the guidance. Because when we're frightened, we're doing things because we have to get a result, or we feel we have to do it. We're being forced and pushed. But as soon as you talk about things out loud, as soon as you amplify and express your feelings, like, oh my God, wouldn't it be fun if? Things seem to just pop in and come in and solutions come up. And this is the guided life. And this is what the dragons bring over and over and over again. So that was card number 1. And we're talking today about this theme. Is it safe to go for gold? Do you feel safe? I used to deal with a lot of women to do with weight loss. And most people, when I used to say to them, you know, what's the best thing about the weight loss? Oh my God, I'd get into all those dresses again. I'd feel absolutely amazing. I'd feel sexy. So what's the worst thing? I'd get into those dresses. I'd feel absolutely amazing. And I'd feel really sexy. And I might get unwanted attention. So you see, there's a hidden bit behind why they don't get what they say they want, because there's the hidden bit behind that just goes, that is way stronger than what you want. The not wanting it is way stronger than you want. So we need to always be able to dig down. And that's why I always offer these really, really powerful sessions. So there's 5 real main hidden agendas that goes on in the back of your subconscious mind. And once we clear them, once we work on the hurt, once we work on the fears, once we work on the shame and the guilt, once we work on the sadness and the loss, it just takes like 6 weeks to do that. 6 weeks to go through the main 5 identifiers. And it's just amazing how you just like forge ahead here vigorously, and we're just not holding ourselves back anymore. We're safe because we felt the feeling. So, oh, okay, I can close the door on that then. It's not so big, it's not so grand. So this is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be doing in April. So make sure you're on the waiting list, because I can only do 20 people at any one time in the group, and I'm giving you individual readings and looking into your energy and things as well. So that is going to be an offer that you can need to look out for. I'm going to be putting that in the group later on, and I'll definitely be putting it into this recording. So let's have a look. Card number 2. Energies moving, energies. This is what we want. We want to be burping, and we want to be sweating, and we want to be yawning. We want to be moving this energy around because we don't want it stored and stuck in our body anymore. It stops our finances, it stops our romance, it stops the amount of love that we can share and receive. It stops us and our weight and the health that we can receive as well. I know that when I make decisions, I firm up, and it's just, but before that, everything's a little bit wobbly. So let's make some firm decisions. What do we feel? Thank you very much, Tara. You popped out beautifully there. Tara, number 15. Who doesn't love Tara? She's the sea blue. Evolution is the revolution of mastering your own feelings. Evolution is the revolution of mastering your own feelings. Card number 15. We love Tara so much. When I met her, she came to me on the beach where I was sitting after just doing a reading for someone. And she was just phenomenal in the information and the questions that she was then asking me. She kind of grilled me, you know, what is it that you do? Why are you here? How are we going to make this work? What's going to be better than this? She was brilliant. So number 15, this is Tara. She's a sea blue green dragon. She comes in waves of emotion, and she's always making you go from, oh, what's your worst case scenario to what's your best case scenario? What would be better than that? So let's see what she has to say. So we're calling in Tara. Tara's got a very different energy to Luna Ray. Tara's very, she wants you to flip out of it. She was like, just get out of this. Let's just have a look at the other perspective. Let's just see where we're going with this, shall we? She's fun and she's playful, but she's quite matter of fact. So number 15, evolution is a revolution of mastering your own feelings. Oh, feel your way forwards. Let's call in Tara's voice for this then. Okay. There is a temptation to take this shift in evolution and of mastering your feelings as tremendously serious. Take care to notice whatever the situation and find yourselves the observer, and allow the glimmer of humor woven into each of the situations. Like, I get it. I get why that thing didn't sell. I get why that didn't work. I get why I lost money here. I get why that's not working. I get why this relationship's not working. I get it. Because it all comes back to you in the end, because this is a conscious life that we're living when we're being ascended. So take care to notice whatever the situation in, and find yourself the observer, and allow that glimmer of humor to be woven into each of the situations. Make a list of all the things that you're dealing with and find the common denominator. Your evolution as a population on this planet at this specific time that we, the dragons, are here to assist you with is to experience the full transition into the next paradigm. And it is a revolution and a shift into knowing you are safe to feel. Now, that's not a coincidence, is it? Thank you, Tara. Become a sensitive, knowing, intuitive, consciously aware, multisensory soul and human being. It is considered to be a big step. However, how would it be to consider that this is so much more fun than that? And that you can see that this is a game that you can play. You can play this game after all. The revolution of allowing your feelings to flow and infiltrate you is ancient instinctive knowledge, and you have a simple and easy access to all of this. This knowledge is actively being used and can be used by people who are in touch with the land, who communicate interspecies with animals and plants, who read the stars and who can predict changes and locate the lost. Talk about predict changes and, read the stars. The thing is that we are on a full moon and an eclipse. Tribes people, native clans, and the innate knowing of essential life skills that tap into and read energy and into the sensitive vibrations, frequency, transferred images, sounds, and across all the senses. This is how your intuition comes in. It comes in through sound, comes in through waves in your sensations. It comes through in images, through your third eye, your pineal gland. So now that we're moving into springtime, it would be a really, really good idea to do a detox of your pineal gland as well. So I will be sharing my home detox box, which really, really helps us to just clean all that up. And probably what I'll do is I'll do a challenge within the group as well, so that you can follow along and you can actually just share what's going on with you. You can be helped through what's going on there as well. So now that it's after the full moon, what we'll do is we'll do one in the next week or so. It makes for a much simpler and very colourful life, rather than the struggle of remaining in the shades of grey and accepting what you have to believe, what you have to believe. And it's that is all that's available for you. With all the mediocre, mundane obligations of living in a monochrome average life, in a very narrow bandwidth, fighting to survive and being so damn serious. Stepping into the life and light of all the colours, having that wash over you with the feeling that is so wonderful to be fully alive, is the rebellious revolution that is awaiting you. You can feel it with everybody who steps in through the coloured rainbow filter, which is ceremony, stepping boldly into playing and creation and understanding the energy shift of their vibration and the positive consequences of changing your state. This is very much about what the dragons teach you. It's about whatever's happening for you, how can you change your state? You can clear up the past, you can get through these big 5 emotions that are really going to move you forwards. But at the same time, you need to know, change your state. What state do you prefer to be in? What state is going to support you better? Because if you stay in the lack, if you stay in the hurt, if you stay in the fear, if you stay in all of those emotions that are blocking you, becoming barriers for you, you're only going to attract more of that. So even if they are subconscious and you're not really aware of them, that's why we do a reading to find out which of the emotions are your biggest ones. And we start to work on those first. It only takes 6 weeks. 1 a week, by the way, not 6 weeks, doing it every single day. So stepping into the life and the light of colours. Naturally, some people will step back into the shades of grey, and they will step back again more fully into feeling 100% alive and everything's full of colour, oscillating and flip-flopping between the worlds. 1 foot in each world, playing with energy and vibrating, feeling that you're playing small and you're not safe to move forwards, seeing the signs, but they're not very clear. You've got hidden underlying subconscious things, and you go, God, I keep going back to the same thing. I keep going back to fear, or I keep going back to money, or I keep going back to romance. What is it? What's going on in me? This is the amazing part when you kind of go, why is this happening to me? And then you start to get some real insights. This is the ascension, when you get to see the real insights of what's going on for you personally and how you can actually let go of that and clear those once and for all. So yes, 1 foot in each world, playing with energy and vibration, becoming familiar and stretching the fabric of creation, stretching your imagination, stretching into the finer details, stretching the extrasensory perceptions, stretching until you see evidence, and then you feel grounded in both worlds. If anybody of you know Utopia, which is one of the last cards, last dragons, Utopia, now what we were heading towards here, so until you evidence, feeling grounded in both worlds means, yes, you are of the earth, you're here, but you're not from the earth. You've kind of ascended from the earth. You are soaring above, looking down and kind of going, that was my life, but this is not my life anymore. I am ascending. I am going to deal with this in a very, very different, mature, grounded, delicious way. So your inner world, again, is creating your outer world. I love that. Evolution is a revolution of mastering your own feelings. When that message came through from Tara, I was like, yeah, baby. Exactly. All right. So we're moving on to card number 3. Anybody who feels that number 3 is the strongest number for you, we're looking at the theme for this week, with it being a full moon and the lunar eclipse, that you're safe to go for gold. You're safe to make those bigger decisions. Not being a victim, not out of control. You're seeing the signs of what the world is asking you for, what she's asking you to decide on. Yes, there are some hidden underlying things in your subconscious that need to be let go of. Where are they coming up? What are you saying to yourself? How are we able to sort of catch hold of those so that we can actually stop playing small, stop playing 9 to 5 and giving all your power away? So this is what we're searching for. We're searching for what steps can I take so that we are really letting all of that go and it just not to be such a problem for us anymore. Well, this one. Odd. Again, no coincidence. Bloom. What a beautiful card. Number 42. Step by playful step. Feel yourself embody the frequency of the feeling that you desire. Bloom is a beautiful, unapologetic, wild, rebellious, pink, full of blossom, flourishing dragon. She is always there if you want to build up boundaries, if you want to feel stronger, if you want to feel more confident, you call in Bloom. So let's just see what she has to say. That's card number 42, step by playful step. Embody the frequency of the feeling you desire. Back a bit, back a bit, back a bit. Oh my word. Yes, sometimes we have to reverse quite a bit. Okay, so number 42. Calling in Bloom now. She is incredibly playful. She's just like, she's always just got a laugh on the next phrase or the next thing she does. She's always a bit of a giggle at a funeral. That's our Bloom. Step by playful step, feel yourself embody the frequency of the feeling that you desire. Luck is on your side. You've chosen a new path. It's time to step into your new identity and blossom and flourish. We, the collective, have a purpose to help you feel. It's a revolution of feeling, which goes back to what Tara was saying earlier on, the card before. This is a revolution of letting you feel again. And this is true freedom of allowing you to playfully create for yourself. The aim is purely for you to evolve so that you can feel better and better and better. No matter what feelings are coming in, if it's a sad, if it's alone, it's like, how do I handle that? What am I feeling? How do I handle that? How do I get out of this state and get into a better one? You begin to feel in your best shape of your life, healthier, in love, feel fortunate, and that all things are possible for you to experience and move into. Do you feel that there's any resistance to this? Maybe it feels impossible. Maybe it seems too big a dream to have, or maybe it's not something you can fully imagine yet for yourself. Do you love your dream vision more than your imaginary fears? Oh my God, that is so linking into that, the 5 biggest emotions, and the course that I do, that's 6 weeks, that just really allows you to sort of spring clean those and just evacuate those emotions out of the body so that you can just deal with everything so much better. There we go. Do you love your dream vision more than your imaginary fears, imaginary hurts, imaginary grief, rejection, loneliness, sadness? If yes, then you can pause, breathe, remember who you really are, and now remember that you can trust that you are safe. It keeps coming back to this, doesn't it? That you are safe to move forward, to play a bigger game. You are here because you're meant to be here. And this is Bloom that's saying this. She's very, very forthright in this. You came here by choice. You came here and knew that you were going to be called on, that you would be needed. And stop playing small. Stop playing like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, because that's just a human. Your soul, the dragons that's connected to your soul, absolutely go, we know you can do it, because it's not you that does it. It's us. We're just using you as a channel. You are the conduit for this particular energy. And they are so ready to jump in. All right. So remember that you Trust that you can feel safe. This is why the first step is to feel really, really safe in your body. Oh, I love it. I'm getting answers all the time. I am being guided to what is needed and what's going to come through. So it's a playful practice of focusing on what you are bringing home into your body. This is a revolution of feeling after all, and allows you to experience, embody a new feeling, a new reality, a new identity that will see that you can create form from that frequency of energy, from that feeling brought about from that thought and that laser focused feeling. So often people know what they don't want, but they don't know what they do want. And that's why we just keep swimming around in the same old hurts and the same old stories and the same old worries. And we're not putting anything out there big enough, bold enough, and we're not practicing that. And this is one of the main lessons of being able to work with the dragons and be guided by the dragons. Because if you just keep going around in the same story, your inner world creates your outer world, then you will keep getting back time and time and time again. And you will just think, I haven't moved forward at all. I haven't moved forward in 10 years. What am I doing wrong? Well, it's a revolution of feeling, and it's feeling safe to move forwards. It's feeling safe to use all of you, all that you came in here to do. So then the next step is to play. Play with these feelings, enhance and amplify these feelings. Oh my God, we're going back to lunar rain, number 1. What is it that you want? Get into the feeling of that and invite in more playfulness, because it's not so serious. Card number 2, Tara, shouldn't be that serious. Yeah, you become consciously aware of the feelings that run through your body. That's absolutely what I'm teaching all the time. It's like, what are the feelings running through your body? And let's not be frightened of them. Bloom, thank you very much. Card, was that number 42? Brilliant. So let's move on to card number 4. Loving these cards this week. So, lunar eclipse, full moon, and we have a theme from the dragons based on all of that about, are you feeling safe? Are you feeling really safe to go for gold? Are you feeling really safe to make a decision that you don't want to act like this anymore? Where's your identity? What is it that I'm going to do instead? So you're seeing the signs of like, that's holding me back. That's in my subconscious. That is what I'm thinking. And you're allowing yourself to go 100% out, make a decision. Right, that's it. This is what I'm doing. Once you've made the decision, things can change on a hairpin. But sometimes you have to feel a little bit uncomfortable first, because that's your sign. That's your guidance. Now then, this being our theme, let's play. Let's go in and see what the card number 4 is for anyone. Whoops, there we go. Anyone. Oh, it's been awesome. You've got to absolutely love these cards. These, I will tell you this in a minute, that these cards, I was interviewing Seraphina. Seraphina is the matriarch dragon of Ascension, of manifesting your own life. And I sat with her week after week, and I had all these questions that I wanted to ask her. I've recorded some of them. And all these responses and all these answers came back. And I thought, oh, that's nice. Didn't really know quite how big and amazing and gorgeous these messages were in your path to ascension, in your path to overcoming whatever it is that's going on in your life. But every time I read these cards, I'm just like, yep, I absolutely get it. They are incredible. And even the order that they come through is phenomenal. So here is Raphael with the golden eye, but he's so silver. And he's now card number 20, step out of your own way. Isn't that everything that we're talking about today? If you're feeling safe, it's not feel safe and like, ooh, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's no, step out of your own way. Let go of everything that's in your subconscious, all your beliefs and all those things that have held you back, and just let them step out of the way so that you can step through all of the way. Your inner world creates your outer world. You're ascending. You are getting through your limited beliefs, your subconscious beliefs, and you're finding out that you are safe to move forward. You can step out of your way. You've dealt with the hurt, you've dealt with the emotions, you've dealt with the fear, you've dealt with the rejection, the loneliness, the sadness, the strongest ones, the fears. You've dealt with them. You're like, that's what they feel like. Oh, well, that's not so bad then. You know, as soon as you get to that. So that is what I'm going to be offering over the next month of April, as well as the Manifest with Your Dragons, is this getting out of your own way. There's like 5 major emotions that really straddle and stop you from moving forwards. Struggle, stop your breathing and everything. You feel it in your body. Once you know where that resonates inside your body, you're like, oh, that's what I'm feeling. Is it mine or is it someone else's? Why am I being given this message? What is it that I'm here to let go of? What is it that once and for all I'm here to let go of? And people do this in business. People do this when they're talking about their finances or romances that don't work. It's just like, why is this happening to me? Oh, Raphael. Okay. Step out of your own way. Let's call in Raphael. Raphael is an old professor kind of dragon, a very, very, very old soul. Huge dragon. Silver, silver, silver. There he is. Step out of your own way. Whenever you feel you are sabotaging your deepest desires and goals, then it's time to step out of your own way. This is simply a way of stepping outside of the identity you have adopted that allows you to cope with the world. There is a personality you have created, a mask, that guards you and helps you survive. There is an overthinking ego self and a familiarity to the culture and rules to follow from the society where you have placed yourself on planet Earth. Here is the place we believe that we are told what is possible, what we are informed and educated about, the politics and the people in power over you, the health you can achieve, the wealth you can aspire to, and everything within the limited confines of what you are and have become and let yourself be familiar with. You can see how it keeps you in that vortex. It keeps you in that, don't go too big. You're not safe to go for gold. Just stay where you are. The beliefs of being able to create are immense. The benefits, I beg your pardon, the benefits of being able to create are immense. However, evidence is often the missing link required and needed before you can step out of your own way and create on a far grander scale. There is, however, no obvious benefit to you to becoming a creator if you are stubbornly stuck in a blind habit of overthinking. And if you don't see it or believe it, then it does not exist. It can't happen for me. It won't happen for me. It's not possible. Everyone else is fine, but oh my God, I'm stuck. Then why would you go and adopt a life of trusting your innate state of sixth sense, feminine intuition, gut instincts, listening to the dragon guidance, following your heart, and reading all these clairvoyant messages? These feelings in your body are of your intuition rising up inside you and are here to call and guide you onwards to a better existence. There would be no need to convince you as somebody who is stuck in disbelief, in the illusion, in the matrix of this linear thinking world, that there is something else that could ever be considered. Choosing to step out of your own way or have to convince yourself will not be necessary, or to be the path that is best suited to you. Your soul will, however, be set to remind you frequently, and that there is a true nature of your soul, and to assist you that is evolving, bringing to you an awareness that you can project your energy. Remind you that you are able to create a new state into new circumstances. You are the creator. and that you alone can change how you feel. You alone can change your experience of living day to day. You get to experience that as a million miles apart from living in the matrix, as you humans like to put it. As a creator, attending to your energy, you step aside. You let the soul's true nature come through. You experience that you feel the ease in your heart. You feel the vast difference of a heart of stone that is closed and hardened to the good life. And you experience your heart full of fresh aliveness and kindness. You feel things in flow. You feel the simple life flowing into you. And that life is working for you, and you're enjoying a life worth living. The problem here is that when you first encounter this feeling, you can feel it as rather unbelievable, rather unreal, like over imagination. And yet you know that you seek it and you're addicted to that feeling because it feels so absolutely freaking wonderful, and you feel so free, and everybody seeks it simply because it's a true nature of your soul. Your inner world creates your outer world. If you're able to change your state, if you're able to have a look at the emotions in the subconscious, like the 5 biggest ones, and it takes just 6 weeks to get into the practice of living like that and allowing those things to just be released from your body. Yeah, you're not being not living an over imagination. You really are safe to go for gold. And this has been the theme that has come through for this week, for the full moon, for the eclipse. It's time to make decisions. It's time not to be the victim, to take back control. You can see the signs that are showing up for you in the world. What's going on in your world? What are all the things that are kind of poking you and going wrong? How can you decide 100% that this is what life is all about? And how can you get away from all the hidden, underlying beliefs and subconscious barriers that keep you playing small, that keep you going around in this vortex? These cards are poignant, not just for me this week, they're poignant for every single person who chose a card. And the fact that you get one card after the other and they all marry up, they all are telling the story of exactly what it is that you need to be doing. Changing your identity, changing your state, releasing the 5 biggest emotions that are there that will be holding you back in your subconscious. Because even if you say, I want to be rich, I want to be wealthy, and in your subconscious, there's part of you that just goes, oh God, no, I don't. What if somebody's only with me because I've got the money? What if everybody wants it because I've got it? The same as, somebody when they're losing weight. What do you want? You want to lose weight? Oh God, I'd love to lose weight. I'd love to wear those clothes and, feel sexy. But the main thing that they do not want is to feel sexy, because they don't want the unwanted attention. So it's this world that we don't feel safe to live in. So my job is to help you feel safe to feel all of the feelings, no matter what they are, that they can run through your body, and you're able to cope very well with the world, not by putting a plaster over it, not by pretending. It's like, oh, that's what it is, that's what I'm feeling. And you're very conscious and very aware of exactly what's going on in your life. Have a lovely week. If you're catching this on replay, let me know. If you are interested in doing the detox challenge over the next couple of weeks, let me know. If you are ready to release the 5 biggest emotions that are standing in your way because you don't feel safe to go for gold, then keep your eyes open. I'm going to have 20 places, only 20 places, and they're going to go rather quickly, because we're going to be doing this to really move you forwards in leaps and bounds. Most people don't even know that this is what's going on for them, because they're so used to feeling so tense and so closed and so protective of themselves. They don't realize that they don't feel safe to go for gold. All right, lots and lots of love. and I shall see you again during the week, and definitely next week to do more dragon cards.